Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Age of Mythology. We're going to get right back into it, because if you remember, I kind of screwed up last time, and some of my villagers got killed, and yeah, that wasn't very good. So now I'm going to train a few more to make up for them, and we're just going to leave these guys over here. Except these guys I'm going to send back over here, just in case they would happen to come from over there. Oh. And we got more guys coming to fight. Alright, so, yeah. Alright, I'm going to build some sentry towers over this way. So that they, yeah. I'm going to come out and say this now. I'm probably not the best player of this game. I'm not so much about the strategy, or I'm less about the strategy than I am just about just building a giant army and basically just killing your opponent. I mean, that's probably actually pretty common, I guess. But you know, it is what it is. So that sentry tower is just about done. Basically what sentry towers do, they basically fire arrows at enemy units, and they can protect allied units. And then I'm going to come back down here, and I'm really low on wood. I was going to start building archery ranges and stuff so that I can get more units. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Now, every time you advance in Age 2, if you recall from last time, you unlock more upgrades in addition to unlocking more units to train. If you remember, initially I could only train the hero Theseus and villagers in my town hall, and now I can train Hippolyta, or however you say that, as well, because I advanced to the next age. And then over here, I'm actually going to set another guy over here to help with that. And then I'm going to train another Cyclops. Whatever happened to my Pegasus? Where is that at? There it is. I'm just going to send him over here to go look at their base a little bit. So, yeah. Here we have our military academy, I guess it's called. I thought it was called a barracks. That was my bad. Where you can train your hoplites. It's just your basic melee military unit. All they're really good for, I mean, is just fighting. The more of them you have, the more damage you can do, I guess. You can upgrade them into medium infantry, or you can also, I can research the Phobos' Spear of Panic, which is one of the upgrades I unlocked from choosing Ares. So what this does is it increases their attack. That's all. I mean, so it costs 200 food and 15 favor to research. So I'm going to go ahead and research that. And then after that, I'm going to research medium infantry. in addition to that, I'm going to come over here to my dock and I'm going to research the per sign upgrade for my fishing boats, which allows them to carry more and also collect more quickly. If ever you want to know what an upgrade does, just right click it and it'll tell you. So if I would research the crenellations upgrade for my archer or for my towers, it basically makes it so that all of my archer buildings can hit moving targets easier and they do more damage to cavalry. Or I can research the signal fires upgrade, which just increases their line of sight. I'm going to go ahead and just send my scout up over this way. Just because, honestly, I'm not too particular about the scouts, because in the campaign mission, they're not all that useful, because it's, I mean, I've played through the campaign mission quite a few times. All the guys are still the same. Where they are is all still the same. So, I mean, there's no real need to have it. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna train another one of those guys, so I can, just have a little stronger defense over here, and then I'm gonna come down here and I'm going to start training some of these guys. I want to go ahead and make another fishing ship as well. Which I've hit my population capacity, so I need to go and build some more houses. So that's what we're going to do. I have enough favor right now, so I'm just going to take all these guys and just send them to go build. Yeah, as you can tell, using more than one builder, it really increases the building speed. Go ahead and build one more. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to slaughter all these pigs, because I'm a little bit behind on my food production. And the nice thing about fishing is the fish pools are infinite, so there's no limit on the amount of food that you can get from them. Bear that in mind. That's why, for me, that is the preferred method of food gathering. If I take these triremes over here and I head off this way a little bit, if you recall, there was that enemy ship. So we're going to go ahead and just take him out. And then I'm just going to let those guys sit there and basically just protect us from any guys coming in and basically coming in from behind and dropping troops off. And then yeah, like I said, this game it really is. It's pretty straightforward. It's not too difficult to learn. Um, it's not even all that difficult. I have played through the game all the way on the hardest difficulty, and even then, it's still not that difficult. As long as you know what you're doing. Um, however, I would highly, highly, highly recommend the game, especially if you've never played it. Um, it's it's an awesome game to kind of be a gateway into um, RTS games for you if you've never really played the genre at all. Um, and if you have played, then good for you, because RTS games are probably one of my favorite genres of games. I'm a big fan of like Stronghold Crusader and or I shouldn't say Stronghold Crusader, just the Stronghold games in general. I've played a little bit of StarCraft, but not too terrible much. But I always enjoyed that. Um, yeah. Without a doubt, I would say RTS games are probably my favorite. Um, but I suppose at this point, I'm basically just going to be building up my army, training troops, just to kind of um, get ready to go and take those guys out. And as you see here, it drew enough creatures to it that it finally expired. Um, so now that it's not sitting there, I'm going to put the archery range in its place so that I can start training ranged units. Another thing to remember with God powers is if you don't have actual vision on the place and it's in the fog of war, you cannot invoke God powers there unless it is specifically intended to be used in a fog of war area, I suppose, like something like there's one that it reveals a small area for a short time to you and your allies. So in the event of something like that, then it would be a little different, and you wouldn't what am I trying to say here? Because it's intended to be used in an area where you don't have vision, then you can use it. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, Alright, so here's another upgrade that I got from choosing to worship Ares. It is Enyo's Bow of Horror. What that does is it increases your Toxote's damage. So basically the same as the spear that I got for the military, or for the hoplites. Alright, so these guys are starting to become kind of a thorn in my side. They just keep sending guys. That's starting to get kind of annoying. So I'm going to start building up a lot of guys so that I can basically just go in and crush them. I'm going to really pray a lot at the temple, gain a whole bunch of favor, because I need it right at the moment, I guess. Excuse me. Alright, so we're going to start researching that, and then we're going to start training guys. I'm not sure how much population cost these guys have, but I think it should just be one. Yeah. okay, 2 population cost, I guess. And since I have 8 villagers praying at the temple, I'm going to generate favor pretty quickly, which is a good thing. It's going to get me where I want to be. And then what I'm thinking is I'm going to take these guys, bring them around over here. And then I'm just going to kind of, after these guys start training, after those guys, the archers are done training, I'm just going to kind of move everybody in and just basically get ready to raffle stomp these guys. So I mean, yeah, I'm only playing on the second hardest or the second difficulty. So I mean, the game's going to be pretty easy, but that's not necessarily a big deal because I'm more interested in getting the story across rather than actually having a difficult time of doing it. So if you wanted to see like the hardest difficulty get done, sorry to disappoint you. But like I said, I just want to get through the game and just show you the story rather than to master the game, so to speak. There is an expansion to this. It's called the Titans expansion. I do intend to do that at some point. It probably won't be immediately after this, however. Just because I'm still working on other Let's Plays. And I want to give them their due credit and get through those first before I just start in on a whole bunch of other Let's Plays. Alright, so... Uh-oh. Alright, so those guys are all basically wiped out. Okay. I guess I kind of expected that. So what I'm going to do is... how many guys you got here? I'm going to train one more of those guys. And a couple more of these guys. And then when those guys are done training, I'm going to go in and I'm going to attack them. Okay, that's not cool. Except those guys can't get to him. If you go and you click on your town, like say you're getting attacked, if you go ahead and you click on your town center, and you click on the little bell icon, all of your guys, or all of your villagers, will go and hide in the town center, and then that increases its attack as well. And then when the coast is clear, you click the same button again, and it'll send everybody back to what they were doing. So that's a pretty neat feature as far as trying to keep your villagers alive, because they are without a doubt incredibly important. Alright, so I'm thoroughly certain I'm ready to just come in and just take these guys out. Yeah. So we're just going to come in and, like I said, basically we're just going to come in and end it. Hopefully. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult. I should get into the different kinds of attack. Like Cyclops, they have a crushing attack, which does more damage to buildings. And then there is piercing or hack attacks, and those are what your basic units will do, like your heroes and your like your hoplites and stuff. That's what kind of damage they're going to do. And then you've also got piercing attacks, which is what your archers are going to do. Now, everything has armor. So, like, buildings, they have a lot of pierce armor because, an arrow is not going to do a lot of damage to it. And then, like, units, they're probably going to have more hack armor because they're most likely they're going to be taking for the most part melee damage from like swordsmen and stuff. Now we just about got this. Alright, so we took out that, and then this guy Kamos, he's running away. He's basically a minotaur. So our objective now is to go and chase him down. He's just going to sit there and wait until I can come and take care of him. Okay, so that kind of backfired and we kind of lost. So I'm going to just train a whole bunch of regular guys, and we're just going to head in there and go take care of them. So if you notice, he had died, and then he came back. Well, now he died again. So here shortly he should come back and then resume fighting again. I guess I'm not 100% certain how that mechanic works, but I believe that's how it works. Now this is Kamos. Same as if you click on, or if you right click on an upgrade, if you click on a unit and then left click on their portrait, it'll tell you all about them. It'll tell you their backstory and their importance in history. So like, let's see here. Kamos was a minotaur calf when he was taken off an Egyptian fishing ship and raised by the goddess Bast. For reasons unknown, Kamos harbors great anger and uses his background to lead Egyptian pirates in thievery and murder. He has attacked Atlantean trade ships on numerous occasions, but always retreats to one of his many island strongholds before Arkantos can catch him. Kamos lost his hand in attempting to tame a leviathan by hand feeding it. So that's kind of his backstory and his impact on mythology. And then there is Arkantos, and his backstory is Arkantos of Atlantis was born during a time of great turmoil. His homeland was under constant siege by enemy armies and often seemed on the verge of losing not only the colonies it had fought hard to establish, but also the very home island of Atlantis. Arkantos took up spear and shield at an early age and quickly earned a reputation as a great leader and one favored by Poseidon, the father of Atlantis. By the twilight of these great wars, Arkantos had become so indisputably skilled in waging war that the Council of Atlantis named him admiral and placed him in charge of their entire military. With the homeland again safe, Arkantos embarked upon a campaign to search out and eliminate any enemies who still remained. Finally, there was no enemy capable of challenging Atlantis. In a time of peace, maintaining a large army no longer seemed necessary, and Arkantos himself seemed a relic of a bygone age. Kept around largely for gratitude for years of service, Arkantos now commands only a token force to fight off the rare bandit or pirate, including those that killed his wife and left his son Castor as his only heir. It seemed that Arkantos' glory, or days of glory had ended, but fate had something different in mind. So that's Arkantos' backstory. Let's see. So these guys are just about done training. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run in and just run up there, because that should end the mission. Let's see here. Got a couple guys there, a couple more training there. We're almost. And alright, so if you hear that sound, that means either a hero was born or they were created or something. So that's basically what that means. Or it can also mean that they were revived. Okay, so I trained these two heroes just because I know there was a couple of guys over there that were going to be annoying, I guess. Pardon me. Alright. So I'm just going to let them fight that. I'm not too terribly worried about it. We'll just go ahead and ring the bell, call the villagers back. Now, in the time that I've been gone, he hopefully shouldn't have raised too much of an army. And in the event that he has, well, then that's going to be trouble for me. But, so as you can see, Arkantos is now back up and fighting. Alright, so those guys are all dead, so we're just going to come over here now and we're going to go after him so we can end the mission. Yeah. And this should just pull up a cutscene after we basically kill him. Yeah. So he didn't actually die, unfortunately. So our guys, they're just gonna, they've got him cornered. And he just jumps. And there is the Leviathan that he hand-fed. Alright, so that's going to end that mission. And I think I'm going to end this one off here. So, if you enjoyed, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, please. And I will catch you in the next video.